Welcome to Olives of Wholeness. In this channel, we help you heal from all forms of emotional wound. We hope you are inspired by this video to do better. Kindly like, comment, and subscribe. Let's grow together. Hi, my name is Faithful, and here at Olives of Wholeness, we are on a journey to help people heal emotionally through faith-led conversation, honesty, intentional growth, and in no distant time, you will see yourself getting better and transformed on a daily basis. When it comes to the topic of emotional healing, I came to realize something. There are some lies we have believed. I believed them, and I know a lot of people still believe those lies, and it's preventing them from walking the journey of healing. That's what we are going to be talking about today. The number one that stands in no particular order, but number one is the lie that time heals all wounds. That's not true. We experience, we feel, we process differently, we perceive differently, and it is a beautiful thing to have in a gathering where everybody's personality is same. It's going to be boring in a gathering where everybody has the same background. Trust me, it will sometimes be boring. You know, one thing I have come to appreciate about life is the vastness of life, how different culture, people, tribe, and different background system, different orientation, it all comes together and fuse up to give a beautiful output. But where there is chaos sometimes is when these differences come and we start fighting our differences instead of taking the potentials in our differences and playing out with it. I'll give an example. Say a sanguine person, someone who is extroverted, playful, out there, joyful, is friends in a business or in a relationship with an extreme introvert. Those two people, they communicate differently, they respond to things differently, they take action differently, they express their love differently. So you see, what looks complex, if we don't master how to manage it, may make us hurt ourselves sometimes. Where there is no intentionality, that which is good in me can be what will cause pain in the next person because I've not mastered how to communicate that my good to the next person. With this being said, you then see the depth of what can happen when we experience certain level of pain from other people, be it a family member, a friend, a colleague, a business partner. We feel betrayed, we feel hurt, we feel disappointed, all the negative feelings that comes with when you are emotionally hurt. So it would be deceptive to sit down and say, this, I'm going to give it time. I will just let time pass, and when time pass, everything will take care of itself. From my own life experience and the few people we have been privileged to speak to in Olives of Wholeness, that's a lie. Have you met people where they communicate what they went through as a, say, 10-year-old, but this person speaking is in their 30s, and you're trying to connect when you were 10, now you are in your 30s, let's say 31, 32, 35, meaning over 20 years ago. What happened then is still traumatizing the person now. And you may want to wonder why. The answer is not far-fetched. It's because there was no intentionality in addressing that thing. Instead, it was swept under the carpet and the person believed time will take care of it. I understand there are some complex life experience that as at that time it happened, the only option you would have as a person is to be quiet because you can't save yourself. I'll give an example. A toddler who is being abused, or a young preteen who is being abused and does not know how to process it, has not been reassured from home that if anything like this happens, come home, you will be supported. We are here to listen to you. That person may keep quiet and feel that pain is gone. So time has passed over the years. But as you mature, you see yourself responding in certain ways. And when you sit down to do a reflective analysis, you'll be able to connect to how you are behaving now to the effect or as the consequence of what happened when you were a child, when you were a teenager. So time doesn't heal wound. It is intentionally sitting to process our thoughts correctly that helps us know what to do to help us heal over time. Time is involved in the process, but leaving everything to time alone, it's like you are deceiving yourself without knowing. Number two myth or reality that comes with emotional brokenness is wanting to hold on to the legal right to stay angry with the person that has hurt us. So we feel that if I forgive, it means I have forgotten or I am downplaying the depth of what happened to me. That's not true. When you forgive, yeah, you are giving yourself the permission to be you again. And the topic of forgiveness is so deep because sometimes we expect people to be 100% remorseful of what they have done. We believe this would help us have the cognition or the release to say, okay, Mr. ABC has apologized for doing XYZ to me. Now my heart is at peace. I have forgiven him or her. But what I came to realize about forgiveness is, in as much as you would express what happened, you will communicate what happened, you will say what happened, a time may also come where you will not wait for the person's apology before you forgive. And if I want to connect it with the Bible, there was a story of when Peter was asking Jesus, how many times should we forgive when somebody has offended us? And Jesus responded to him saying, 70 times 7. No, he said 7 times. And Peter said, oh, yeah, 7. He said, no, 7 times 70. And when I did that math, that's like 700 times. It's rare to see someone that will offend you good 700 times. Very rare. So why then would I want to hold on so deeply to the pain of what has happened? When it's fresh, I'm not downplaying what you have experienced. It's okay. But as time progresses, you will get to a stage where you genuinely have to release it. Let it go. Even if the person who has hurt you, betrayed you, offended you, has not honestly asked for an apology. And coming to that place of letting go without apology is very technical, it's very deep, because we've been told over the years that when the person apologizes, you say what has happened, you say how you feel and all. But in some situation, the person may not be available to apologize to you. Sometimes the person may not be alive to apologize to you. What then do? Are you going to stay hurting by refusing to forgive? Forgiveness does not mean that you are trivializing what has happened. Forgiveness is you deciding to say, I'm letting go of this because I want to assess the inner me that needs to be healed. I want to see a transformed version of me. Does it make sense? Number 3 is the fear of who to speak to. So we are scared of being vulnerable about what has happened. And with that fear, in all honesty, we may shut down for so long. I know I was here for a long time. I was, to be honest, because confidentiality is key when you're talking about healing. What do you need to do with healing? You have to say what has happened to someone. You have to get to the point of trusting someone enough to express yourself. What we get most time is something happens, we are not allowed, or we may not be allowed to express ourselves. We bottle up all the emotions, all the resentment, all the bitterness. And a time comes where you know it's hurting you, you want to let it out. Where the dilemma then is who do I let it out to? Who do I speak to? Confidentiality is vital, but not every person you would meet, not every friend, not every individual understands the depth of confidentiality. And that has sent most people to the place of, I would rather not talk to anyone instead of talking to someone and I hear my business on the street of WhatsApp status, or there's the story of Instagram, or in the mouth of someone else. Does it make sense? So that fear makes us keep to ourselves. The solution is you genuinely asking God. Yes, in this channel, you hear me talk so much about relying on God for your healing, because you can get the therapy, you can get the counseling, you can get all the support, you can listen to me, you will be inspired, you will learn new things. But the depth of really having healing, it comes with our settling it with God at a particular phase. And some things are out of our control, some things are not within our sphere of influence. One of it is you knowing, who do I speak to that would genuinely be trustworthy to lead me, to support me, to guide me through my healing journey. And that and that alone is a mathematics that needs prayers, intentionality, discernment to pick up. So when I'm wanting to be vulnerable, a young lady has been assaulted, maybe by the uncle, by a neighbor, by the father. I know when I was healing, I listened a lot to Joyce Meyer, and she shared how her father assaulted her over and over and over and over again. That's terribly traumatic. And I'm very sure if she had not spoken to the right people, it may escalate unnecessarily and cause more shame to her. That's where who we are vulnerable to is vital. Who we speak to is important. So don't believe the lie that nobody will understand. I don't have anybody to speak to. Instead, switch the cap to say, I need someone to speak to. I'm not going to pick emotionally. I'm not going to speak to just anybody available. Their organizations, their companies, even we at Olives of Honest, very soon we'll be opening our doors to receive people on a wilder scale. We are doing it on a smaller scale now, but we'll receive people on a wider scale with time to support you through your healing journey. Because when you get healed, you will be so grateful for your life. Is you look like you are living life afresh. You will let go of all the baggages. You let go of all the heaviness that has kept you trapped as a person. So number 4 is the lie or the belief that healing is a straightforward journey. Something happens, you talk about it, you forgive the person, you're vulnerable, it's going to be straightforward. That's a lie. Healing is not straightforward. Healing is not a been there, done that kind of a thing. It's a process. Some days are calm, other days are not. Some days you're so sure, you're so reassured that, yes, I've got it sorted. Other days are not. Some days are tough. Some days all you just do is cry. Some days you may be extremely angry with yourself. Guess what? It's not because you're not healing. It's because you are gradually evolving, and evolution is a factor of today you know, tomorrow you don't know. You keep changing. After spending a couple of years walking the journey of healing, a friend of mine did something and we're having conversation around it. And the person was shocked at how I was upfront with how I feel, with how what he has done is making me feel. And the person could not hold back their thought. He was like, you're so expressive now. I said, yes, because what you just did, I don't like it, blah, 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 blah. And we went on, we resolved the conflict. But guess what? After the conversation, it brought me to a place of reflection that threw me to the place of anger, that threw me to the place of regret. To like, what? So you mean you have been allowing people throw you under the bus for years? Why? I've been silent. I've been swallowing up. I've been saying yes when I should say no. I've been people pleasing. So now that I'm healing, or I have healed, I've come out from the place of people pleasing. Someone who knew me in that season when I was extremely a people's pleaser, when I was that person that would say yes when I didn't want to say no, is now seeing a different version of me. Yes, I've rewritten the story. I've made him understand, no, this is how you should treat me now. But I fell back into a state of regret. It's just a practical life experience for you to know that you can be here today, you can be there tomorrow. It took me coming into gratitude to say, okay, well, thank God I now know. But another thought was like, what? Those years, you kept quiet. You did. It was mad. It was chaotic to experience. What I'm saying now happened last year. Meaning you can reflect. Sometimes you can even be angry with yourself for not standing up for yourself. Other times you'll be grateful that, wow, I now know how to stand up for myself. So you see, taking it back to our last point of being vulnerable, it is in times like this that the person that is supporting you in your healing journey will then help you see things from a different lens, help you have perspective, and yes, help you redirect you back to gratitude. So you see, healing is not linear. Healing is progressive. It can go on different routes, but you are making progress. Number 5 belief that we have about healing is on the topic of self-love. When you start healing, you start genuinely loving yourself. My God, the love that will come from inside of you to yourself, because healing means you are understanding who you are are saying yes when you need to say yes, you are saying no when you need to say no, you are setting healthy boundaries, and all this will bring you to a place of, wow, I love me. And sometimes coming to that place of choosing you, most of us think it means cutting people off. No, it means re-educating people how they should treat you. Self-love, the concept of self-love for me, it took me a while to understand, but when I finally understood it, it's not selfishness. So you may be watching me right now and you are feeling worry of, if I heal, if I get to start loving myself, I will lose these people around me. No, you won't. What you will do is you will teach them how to love you correctly. You will teach them how to see you the way you want to be seen. So during the season of brokenness, you've presented yourself from a different angle. You presented a defaulted, a broken, a faulty version of you. Now you are restored, you are being healed, you are being transformed. You are now going to go back and reintroduce yourself, represent yourself. And it's so subtle, it's so gentle. You don't need to shout to even do it. You don't need to be unnecessarily aggressive to say, this is now me. This is now me. No, people just see you exude it. You see yourself setting boundaries. You see yourself demanding what you want from life. You see yourself requesting superior version of you. And you see yourself wishing to be in something more healthy. I'll still give another example. Before, I wasn't really intentional about friendship. I was just, anybody around me, automatically you're my friend. But when I started healing, my God, I started realizing the depth of what it means to protect my soul, the depth of what it means to preserve my peace, the depth of what it means to be loved correctly. And then that affected who I call a friend or not. But in the past, everything goes. So that's what self-love will bring to you. You would realize, is this space for me? Is this community for me? Not every community is for you. You can't flow. You can't function in every community. But if you don't heal to know who you are, how then do you know the community you should belong to? So you see, self-love is needed, and it's not selfishness. Last but not the least, so if you have any mindset shift you have experienced or you are currently struggling with, why not drop it in the comment section and we can do another video to address it, or we can respond to you constructively on the comment section. But the last from this video that I'll talk about is the expectation that it should be over by now. So we sometimes want to take healing like a project. We want to see it as, I start now, I give myself 7 weeks, 7 months. No, healing is not time bound. It's like grief. You can't tell someone that has lost somebody dear to them how long they should grieve. Do we get better while grieving? Yes. Do we make healthy societal impact? Yes. I've seen people who build memorials for their late father, late mother, some established foundations, and on the day of remembrance, they go out, give things to the community, they go to the hospitals, support people. That's part of them remembering the person, showing how much they still wish the person was here, showing their love for the person, but they are using it for a good cause. It's same with healing. It's not a, I am here, I get better, and that's it. Having that understanding that I will allow it take its course, I will not be laissez-faire about it. I will not be relaxed. I will not be, I don't care about it. I will allow it take its course. I will cry when I need to cry. I would express anger when I need to express anger. But I will be patient with myself. I would be extremely patient with myself. And one thing that can make us go from point A and wanting to get to point Z in less than 3 months is when we are trying to compare our lives with the next person, or compare our journey with the next person. I am sitting here today speaking, trying to teach about healing. I started mine 2017. 2018, I was still a mess. 2019, super mess. 2020, more mess. 21, a bit better. 22, another mess. 23, yes. I think it's from 2023, 24, 25, I saw myself regaining me again. So you see those other years, I relapsed, I woke up, I slept, I let go. I beg, this is too much. This is unbearable. I can't go through this. I had those moments. And one thing I know that affected that season was because I was comparing myself. I would look at other people who didn't have anything to resolve. They didn't have any emotional trauma in their life. I was in that state of, why can't my life be like this person? And that's why can't scenario kept me trapped with certain things, kept me trapped in people pleasing, kept me trapped in low self-esteem, kept me trapped in identity crisis for long, because I was waiting, or I was daydreaming. That's what comparison will do to you. I was daydreaming about my life being like the next person's life, instead of sitting down, taking intentional action to make my life what I wish it to be. So if you're having that thought of, oh, I've been on this journey of emotional healing for 2 years now, for 1 month now, for 6 months now, trust me, don't pressure yourself. One thing I also say before we end this video is understanding that while you were hurting, you had some response that protected you in a season. But as you evolve, as you grow, you may 10 years later realize this is no longer serving me. This is no longer serving me. I'll give an example. One statement I heard as a person for a long time is, you think too deeply. You think too deeply. Don't think too much. You are always thinking deeply. That's being a critical thinker. I didn't understand the beauty of being a critical thinker. I didn't understand the versatility it can give you as a person. So I crippled that part of me. I wouldn't want to think too deep about anything. I left things at surface value, because over and over and over again, what did I hear? You think too deeply. But just last week here, the Holy Spirit brought it back to mind that thinking, that critical thinking that you dumped somewhere some years ago, let's go and pick it again. Other areas are there, but I'll just give this example. Let's go and pick it again. So now, the things that I submerged are now coming alive. Is it still healing? Yes, but it's not healing from the bitter things. It's not healing from the traumatic things. Now I'm restoring, and it's still part of my healing journey. So I'm not sitting here telling you like, oh, I'm all sorted. I'm sitting here making you understand that it's been a journey for me and the people in the team, those that I've been working with, but it's a progressive journey. I hope these different myths and facts, or lies and truth that we've shared, has helped you. And I pray it truly bring you to the place of assessing your life, auditing your life. Look at areas where you know you are really broken. Sit down and begin. Do your analysis. Where do I need to start from? What do I need to start with? What is most painful? What is not most painful? And prayerfully ask God to lead you. Who should I speak to? When should I speak? What should I say? These are questions you have to answer. And I pray that as you begin that journey, the right people will navigate themselves into your life, and you see yourself getting better on a daily basis. Please do it to like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for watching, and see you soon. Bye. We hope you are blessed by the video you've just watched. Please do well to like, comment, subscribe, and share with your loved ones. And turn on your notification bell so you are alerted when we put up our next video. Bye.